Think it would spit out what we got coming our way.
It's exactly what we've been needing. We've been on kind of a rain hiatus for a little while, and it looks like we have a very good opportunity for some meaningful rainfall across the state. Starting tonight, it's already starting to creep into the state, but it's very light in southern Oklahoma right now. Most of us, especially in central Oklahoma and south, seeing the clouds start to roll in. Northern Oklahoma, you look outside your window and saying, what clouds? We're not seeing any clouds yet. Well, they're on the way. Satellite shows that very evidently. Here's the thicker clouds along the Red River. Some of those higher and even mid-level clouds working into the metro right now. And again, clear across the north and northwest. But this all changes tonight as moisture continues to fill into the state. Some very light drizzle and rain and sprinkles making their way into south central Oklahoma. Reports out of Ardmore, some very light rain. Durant, Gainesville, Texas. You head toward the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and there's a little bit more moderate rainfall starting to creep in along I-20. That rain will eventually make it into southern Oklahoma as we go through the afternoon and into the evening. We could see a sprinkle here around the metro, but chances are very low until we get into the overnight. That's when we see really that robust moisture, more showers, maybe a few thunderstorms take things over, and some pockets of much heavier rainfall through tomorrow morning and even into the afternoon. Now we're looking at 1 o'clock, and you see how it kind of fills in some. We could get some very heavy rainfall that kind of trains over some areas, and that adds up quite a bit when we get rain like this. Then we get a break tomorrow evening as that starts to move off to the east, but tomorrow night we'll look out to the southwest as more moisture is on tap, and we get our next wave that comes in for Wednesday and then even into our Thursday, and then things really change as we go into the week. We've got the tropical jet for now. That's keeping things wet, but not cold. By the time we get into early next week, we're talking a chance for some real cold as the polar jet finally breaks down into the Great Plains. We could look at some very cold air, especially in the northern plains, and maybe even a little chilly bit of weather for our trick-or-treat forecast as Halloween is just over a week away, and you'll see the temperatures on the 9-day. It'll be some of the chilliest we've seen all year so far. And with that system, this is the end of the coming weekend and beginning of next week. Mainly looks like a cold rain for Oklahoma at this point along the cold front, and then as you get farther to the northwest and north, some freezing rain and freezing drizzle and sleet possible in some pockets with some wet snow higher in the plains and of course in the Rocky Mountains with abundant moisture present. But again, mainly a chilly rain possible across central Oklahoma. Looking to the west from Guthrie, you're seeing mostly clear skies. If you turn this camera to the south, you would see those clouds that are working in. 81 right now, Kingfisher, 79 Guthrie, 75 Oklahoma City. Most of us in the upper half of the 70s around the metro. Will warm up just a few more degrees throughout the day until those clouds get extra thick. Where we've seen some more sunshine, we're already breaking well into the 80s, and that's exactly what we can expect as we go throughout the next couple of days, where we are sunnier, we're going to be warmer. Where we are cloudier and eventually rainier, we're going to be much cooler, despite this south wind that we've got going on that's cranking pretty hard around the metro, 15 to 30 miles per hour, some gusts near 30 out to the west into the northwest, a little bit lighter of a breeze down to the southeast, but a pretty stout wind through this afternoon. 83 in Oklahoma City, some mid and potentially upper 80s up to the northwest, but you look along the south where those, again, clouds will be thicker, low 80s to even upper 70s, 79 in Ardmore this afternoon, with those rain chances really increasing in south central Oklahoma first, and then trying to crack into the metro this evening. That changes this overnight. We will see that rain enter the picture for a larger portion of the state as temperatures stay very mild once again in the mid 60s. Rain chances from southwest Oklahoma to northeast Oklahoma 100% as those storms and showers start to fill in. That includes the metro. So overnight through tomorrow morning, rain chances increase, and then through the afternoon tomorrow with the rain chances and cloud cover, that'll keep highs back in the low 70s. So a lot cooler until you get up to the northwest. They dry out quite a bit earlier. They could be already back up into the low 80s tomorrow. It just depends on what you get rainfall-wise, with the heavier rain looking to be in central and eastern Oklahoma by tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then wave number 2 comes into the picture tomorrow night, Wednesday morning, entering in the southwest, eventually moving into central Oklahoma, and then spreading off to the east as we go tomorrow or Wednesday evening into Wednesday night and early on our Thursday morning. Rainfall totals, 2 to 4 inches possible for a large swath of the state. This is a lot of moisture to work with. We'll fine tune this, and not every single point inside the red is going to see that 4-inch mark, but the chance for it is there, and we could see a couple locations get up to nearly 6 inches of rainfall, and that will include, of course, a flooding risk for south central all the way through northeast Oklahoma over the next few days, as we've been pretty droughtful the last couple of weeks and also are getting a lot of rain. There's the end of the 9-day, though. That's what I'm talking about. We could see our first winter chill. It's a first freeze for Halloween morning. We'll see how long that holds, but that is some coldest air of the season that we'll be watching for. Colby, that's all I got. I'll send it back to you.
Get that warmer.